Hey traders, John Howell here. In this video, guys, I'm just going to give you some general advice or some education around how to trade the intraday charts. Whether you're trading the stock market or whether you're trading what you're seeing right now, which is the Forex and futures that I trade during the day as well too. I've got a lot of questions about, how do I trade the during the day and what do I trade and so on and so forth. Here is the best thing that I must say. Firstly, when looking at this, what you see here is what you see right now. You're looking at I use the basically 6 different US pairs: AUD, USD, Great British Pound, USD, the Euro USD, USD CAD, USD CHF, and then also USD JPY. I use those as well too. I trade the DAX as well, the German DAX. I trade copper. I also trade the spot gold. So this is the gold price here. I also trade silver. I also trade the US S&P cash as well too. So this is the cash futures market, and also crude as well too. And then also some of these other ones. These other ones are a bit wider in spreads, so I try to trade maybe a 15-minute chart and above. But these other ones, I'm happy to trade a 5-minute chart, which is to the left, a 15-minute chart to the right, and on the other screens, like I have 4 monitors. So on my other screens, I have an hourly chart, a 4-hourly chart, a daily chart, and a weekly chart. That's on 3 screens, and then on my other third screen, that's when I have my brokering platform and all that sort of stuff to trade with as well too. So I can trade from this charting software, but I prefer to use the actual brokering platform to place the trades when I'm getting in and getting out of these things. Now, one of the best things that I must say, and the key to trading the intraday basis are a few days. So firstly, it doesn't matter what market I'm looking at. I'm always looking for the exact same setup. Okay. Now here's the one thing I must say, guys. Firstly, if you're trading a 5-minute chart, always look to your 15-minute chart for what I call the trend. You know what I mean? You want to make sure you're trading with the trend and stuff like that. And it's really important to understand price action. You know what I mean? Like if is it overextended and all that sort of stuff. If you're using a 5-minute chart to trade or a 2-minute chart to trade, use that 15 and even an hourly chart to see where you are in the markets. It's so important. A professional trader knows where he is in the markets. For example, if you get a nice bullish setup on the 5-minute chart, but you get a nice bullish signal. So for example, if I go to, there was one right here. All right, so for example, this is a great example of how professional traders trade the markets and how they analyze the markets itself. Now, this could be a daily chart to the left and a weekly chart to the right, trading the stock market. It's the exact same analysis. Or this could be a 15-minute chart to the left and an hourly chart to the right. As you can see here, right, the professional trader is always using the higher time frame to see where we are in the markets. Now, what I mean by that is that if I'm trading, say, a 5-minute chart or a 15-minute chart from looking at my entry signals, then I'm going to go to, say, to my hourly chart, and actually I'll bring that over here so you can see what I'm looking at here, right? So this is the hourly chart right here, right? But what do we see here on the hourly chart? We see the market's been going up for quite some time, right, without any decent pullback. You can also see that. Let me just bring you also can see that on the 15-minute chart too, right? So on the 15-minute chart, you can see how the market's been running on for quite some time. If I got a bullish setup on the 5-minute chart, see how that would be a very low probability. Why? Because we're due for some decent pullback out of this because we've been going up for quite some time. And how the markets work is we go for a run and then we go for a pullback, go for a run, go for a pullback. See where you are in the cycle of things. Are we overextended? Are we likely to get a pullback? These things, these things really build a lot of probability around the way you trade in the markets. That's one of the things I must say, and make sure that you know exactly what you're looking for when it comes to the entry. I trade mainly the 5 and the 15-minute chart for my entries, and I also do trade the hourly chart. But I'm always looking for the high time frame. If I'm trading the hourly chart, I'm looking for the daily chart for that trend to see where we are in that cycle. Make sense? Now, one of the biggest things that stops traders from doing well trading this style of trading, whether it's the stock market or whether it's the Forex and the futures, as you can see I'm trading right now, one of the biggest things that stops traders from doing well trading this way is 2 different things. Firstly, not being consistent at your time. If you have a time, you just say you want to trade this 4 hours per day, will trade the exact trade the 4 hours per day, but trade it every single day without fail. Be consistent. All right, if you're going to trade that. Too many traders, they just trade when they want to trade. They think it's the casino. They start to trade really well. They take some time off. It's like, no, this is your job. Okay, if you want to trade the intraday basis, the intraday charts, firstly, you need to know exactly what you're looking for. But on top of that, the psychology is that you need to be consistent, right? A consistent trader wins the race. It's not what you do once in a while. It's what you do consistently, right? And the second thing that I must say when it comes to trading like this, and it's the biggest thing that stops traders from doing well in any market, whether trading the daily chart or trading a 5-minute chart like I am here, the biggest thing that stops traders from doing well is their impatience. I cannot stress this enough. If you are going to trade, or if you do trade shorter time frames, such as even the 15-minute chart on a stock market chart or a 5-minute chart, it is so critical that your job as a professional trader is to sit there as long as you have to and not take a trade. I'll give you an example. I'm recording this right now on Thursday afternoon. Okay. Now it's 4 o'clock in the afternoon and I'm looking at, as you can see, I'm looking at all these different markets, right? And all different time frames. 5-minute charts, 15-minute charts, 1 hour charts, four hour charts, even the daily charts. I'll take trades on any time frame because I'm looking for the one setup. Then I go to the higher time frame to see where the trend is. But I have not had one trade, and I trade a good, say, 6 to 8 hours per day, roughly. Looking at that, sometimes less, but I trade a minimum say 6 hours per day. When looking at this here. So when I'm looking at these markets, looking at a time frame, my job is to not do anything until the setup that I'm looking for appears on the chart. And the biggest thing that stops traders is their impatience. They're not patient enough. They're not going to sit there. Or they have problems just sitting there and watching these different time frames and watching the market unfold like we're seeing right now, right? We're seeing this market unfold like it is right now. And we're basically seeing what it's doing right now. But the biggest problem, right, is they have problems watching these markets move and not taking a trade. That's the biggest frustrations they have. But guess what? A professional trader is professional because they only take the setups that they know is going to work more times than not. Which means meet their plan. That is the biggest thing. If you're going to eventuate into Forex trading or shorter time frame trading, it is so critical that you simply trade your time, you be consistent every day, but most importantly is that you are patient every single day. And if you're sitting there for 4 hours and there's no trade, and you come back the next day and there's 4 hours, there's no trade, you come back the next day and 4 hours, there's no trade, guess what? If you have to sit there for 2 or 3 weeks doing that and take no trade until your pattern, your setup appears on the chart, then that is your job. The biggest thing that stops traders from doing well in any market, including the shorter time frame charts, is that they get impatient. They haven't had a trade for a couple of days, and now they just take crap. And guess what happens after taking crap? They end up going backwards even more. Then a good setup comes. They take the good setup, but now their confidence is shot, and so on and so forth. Make sense? The biggest successful traders that I know that make a lot of money from the short-term trading is that's what they have. They trade really well, in meaning that they're going to sit on their hands and they're going to wait as long as they have to. If they have to wait for a whole week, they'll have to. If they have to wait for 2 or 3 weeks, they have to. Like I know my mentor trading this market, he trades 14 hours a day. And I've seen just recently that he hasn't had a trade this week either. Can you imagine sitting in front of the screen for 14 hours a day, not take a trade? Monday, no trades. Tuesday, no trades. Wednesday, no trades. Thursday, still potentially no trades because it's Thursday, still Thursday now. But you get what I'm saying here, right? This is the biggest thing that stops you from being more. But if you can be consistent, one, you know exactly what you're looking for. 2, you're consistent every single day. And 3, you say, I am not taking anything until it meets my plan 100%. Not it's almost there, but no, this is exactly what I'm after. I promise you're going to do really well in the markets. And that's what's going to see your confidence grow. When your confidence grow, because now you're getting a high win-loss ratio, your confidence to actually then start to put on more money per trade, then grows from there, and now you actually start to grow and grow and grow. And this is how you can become a 7-figure, or even a multiple 7-figure trader trading the markets, because now instead of you placing a $1,000 trade, over the years, you can now start to get to a $50,000 trade, a $100,000 trade, and it's game over from there. Makes sense? That's how the real successful traders do it, and that's how they trade the market. The problem, even if you're trading a small trading account, the biggest problem is that you take crap that you know you shouldn't take. You take crap that you know you shouldn't be getting into, or you're trading. Makes sense? So that stops you. And what happens when you take the crap? Majority of those crap trades, actually you end up losing money. So if you just sat on your hands and took crap, you're going to have far less trades, yes, but you're going to have a high win-loss ratio. You're going to end up making a profit by trading less. It always happens. And so here are the biggest things, guys. If you're thinking about trading an intraday basis, here are the biggest things that you need to learn if you want to be a really successful professional trader and be in this game for the long haul and to do really, really well from it and be part of that only few percent who do well from these markets. After being mentored by 4 different 7-figure traders, I've realized they all have some things in common that actually help them do really, really well in the markets. So I'm actually putting on a free training where I'm going to walk you through the 7 simple but powerful universal laws to becoming a consistent profitable trader while achieving a very high success rate without spending 13 years trying to figure it all out. Plus, I'm going to walk you through the absolute details of my #1 trading system that I trade every single day. The very first link in the description, click on that and you'll be able to go check it all out and be able to go see this free training. And I'm going to walk you through every single detail of these 7 universal laws so you too can start to have the odds on your side. So go do that right now and I'll see you on the next page.